or not, it's still library day. Let's do it. What kind of book should I get? Ooh, what's The Witching Tree? I love the library because ever since I was a little kid, I spent most of my time there. I was a single child in an adopted household that was very violent, and my parents worked all the time, so I spent a lot of my time at the library, and that was a museum, or like a church of knowledge. My kids have totally left me. I hope you can hear me. We're in the library. I don't want to be loud. And of course, the day we have to go outside is the day that I'm having a very tough mental health day. I did laundry, and I got laundry detergent, dry laundry detergent inside my book bag. And I think I got laundry detergent on those books that I just returned. I've had them for like 6 months, not gonna lie. But I'm gonna tell you a secret. If you use your kid's library card, there's no late fees. What this is about? It seems like every book says that it's a #1 New York Times bestseller. I doubt that's true. I am really tired today. I don't know what I got going on. But all I want to do is sleep. I guess it's got to be the change of season, because I'm not normally like this unless something has happened. You know, I have been utilizing a lot of self-control because my teenagers this week have just been, they're going through their stages of growth. So some days are better than others. And there were a couple situations where I didn't appreciate how they spoke to me, and I had to decompress the situation. And that took a lot of energy to not react. I try to practice non-reactive parenting, and that's easier said than done because I used to be a very reactive parent. Actually, my 2 oldest sons, we've got into physical altercations before, but that was years ago. And you'll probably never meet them, but they are huge. They are very, very big. And they've been big since they were like 14 or 15. And once their dad went to jail, all that anger they had at losing their lifestyle and their stability, because we were addicts, they took out on me. And the point is, I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do as a mom, so I feel like that level of disrespect that they had for me was well earned. Simply just because I wasn't a present mom all the time with being on drugs. And I did a lot of messed up stuff, so, I'm just here, and sometimes I feel like all I can do is just float through life and not mess anything up. Damn, I'm really feeling low today. That's crazy. I feel like I want to cry. And when things like this happen, I'm like, is this because of all the stuff that I'm still processing? Like my ex-husband, well, first of all, we just got a divorce, and then he killed himself. And that wasn't that long ago. I don't know where the time is gone. He killed himself in October, but it's October now, so it's been a year, but it feels like it just happened. We've had to move twice in the past year. It's really just been a lot. It's a lot. As a single person. But that was my person. Their dad was my person, and I'm afraid that I will never want to have another relationship. Honestly, I don't feel like I'll be ready for a relationship until my kids are older. I was married for 20 years. So I kind of feel like maybe it'll take 20 years for me to heal myself and be ready for a relationship. I just don't feel like it's relationship season for the world. There's so much worldwide trauma that's unhealed. I just don't feel like making new connections in that way is good for right now. I need to take care of my kids and put all my focus on them. And no judgment for what anybody else does with their life, but every girl that I've gone to rehab with that hasn't OD'd and died has a relationship. And that is like the first thing they tell you in rehab is wait at least a year before you start a new relationship of sobriety, feel me? At the bare minimum. But they had boyfriends and stuff when we were in recovery. And so it's like, if I were my own child and I was my mom. And I had been through everything that I had been through. I would feel some type of way that my mom, after not being with me for 8 years, gets sober and then goes and puts all her energy into another relationship. What sense does that make? So I have to sacrifice that. I have to stand on my own. And I lean on my spirit, guides, and God and my ancestors to get me through this, because that's really all I have, really, is nature and spirit, because I don't have any family. You know, my adopted family doesn't like me. They didn't like that I was in an interracial relationship. And even before I married Ghost, they didn't like me anyway. They basically bought me. And yes, I say bought because that's what they did. Because they thought that adopting a baby would help their relationship. And it didn't. It just ended up putting me into a household that did not want me. So I'm here raising these kids by myself. My husband, who is my best friend, my mentor, my boss, because I worked for him. I was his artist under Ghost Tracks Productions. He was everything. He was even a father for me, because I didn't have one. My adopted father actually wanted a boy. So why did you adopt a girl? All the things. I don't do hard drugs. I'm going to therapy. I feel like I'm doing everything that they teach you to do in recovery. But no matter how many tools you use, that pain and the damage that's been done to you internally and sometimes externally, that just takes time to heal. And trauma is trapped in your body. I learned that in rehab, and then I researched it myself. I'm not the type that just listens to what one person says and believes it. I have to do my own research. And even then, sometimes I still have to test it to make sure it's what it is. And trauma gets trapped in your body. And as much as my heart has started to heal and my mind is conscious of what's going on, my body is not quite caught up. And in days like this, remind me of that. When the weather changes, so does my mood. And that is not good for the fall and winter months. Because here we are now, and there's not a whole lot of sun. And my feelings reflect the cloudy skies right now. It's cool though, but I'm an artist, and I have to be open with all aspects of my life within reason. And this is one of the not so smiley, not so happy times. But we stay grateful. That's one thing they talked about in recovery a lot, is having the frequency of being grateful. So I lean on that. I have a feeling Roger's looking for me, so I'm about to go look for him.
That's what it takes efforts.
Look at this. Not them getting political. Check this out.
Because she had more than this at a time.
Censorship. That's dope. Them booking out their books. Did I say booking out their books? I'm about to go see if they have any Dolores Cannon books. Because I lost mine. I don't know where it is.
All the information on for a digital library and how to access it.
Oh, sweet. Thank you. I appreciate it. They do not have any Dolores Cannon books. She said that I can go to a reference and have them order it, or I can do the ebook, the e-audio book, which is what I'm about to get the information. They were so nice to me just now. They gave me all this information. I did not know that you could go online and rent ebooks and magazines. That's crazy. I had to step outside. They're actually going in there for their orientation. You know what SSL hours are? Well, we need them in Maryland for our kids to graduate high school. I cannot believe my baby daughter's in high school. I'm lucky she's homeschooled. She lucky she homeschooled, because I'm not sending my kids out here to school. No. I need to have my eyes on her 24 hours a day. No. Too influenced, too not used to setting boundaries. And my oldest son came home when he was about, I think he was 6 or 7, and he told me that the teacher called him stupid And ever since then, he believed that. Like, he was crying, he was bawling, and he never got over that. To this day, he has never gotten over that. And I don't trust. I don't even know how we began to normalize dropping our kids off as strangers. Some teachers don't even like kids. And, you know, they have all these dietary restrictions and stuff, and hypersensitive to sound and energies. Like, I don't feel like they're spiritually safe in public schools. I don't. Even private schools. I went to private school half my life, and oh my God, you wouldn't even believe some of the stories that I could tell you about those kids. It was just crazy. But yeah, I'm standing outside. Their orientation starts in about 5 minutes, and I just needed some air. I wanted a Dolores Cannon book, but they don't have any here. And they said I could order it from another library, but if I'm gonna do all that, I might as well just order it off Amazon. Where did I put my book? Like, how do you lose a whole book? It must have been stashed in my car when I sold it. I'm not really sure. I keep looking behind me because I'm standing in front of the library, but the door keeps opening, and I don't know why I keep thinking it's one of my kids. There's a lot going on out here. I'm really proud of myself for showing up today because this is our second time trying to come to this orientation. I canceled last time because it was the second day of my period. And Fire and I have really, really, really overwhelming periods. The first 72 hours are crazy. And it just was not happening. And I didn't flake, and neither did Raja. He's bipolar too. And this is a very hard mental health day for me. And I showed up. Because you know how they say you can't get sober for somebody else, you have to do it for yourself. That never worked for me because I didn't care about myself. I only cared about my kids. I haven't cared about myself since I was a child. That's not how I feel now, but like most of my life, like I didn't care because nobody cared about me, so I didn't care about life, and I just did whatever. Fell in love with my husband, and he was my everything until I gave birth to my first son, and I fell completely in love with my kid. And then we went on to have 6 more children, and then they were all that mattered. And that was something that my ex-husband, and I disagreed on. He thought I came first. And I thought the kids came first. And he thought he should come first. And I thought the kids should come first. So that just didn't work out at all. Like, sometimes I feel like I'm not fit to be in society with other people. Like right now I feel very animalistic. Like I would not react properly if somebody tried me right now, and that's not okay. Like I feel like an animal when I'm in public. Like if you look at me too long, I'll be ready to knock you out, and that's not me. Like where did that come from? I just feel like I'm constantly in danger. I feel like somebody's gonna reach out and touch my child inappropriately because it's happened before. I feel like somebody's gonna try to, I don't know, yo. I'm just so traumatized. I just don't feel fit to be in the world. Certainly not in the city. I have to get my kids out of the city. I have to. I cannot live here. We are not meant to live this way. It is so overly stressful, and I never understand what is going on. It's a lot. Can you see them cops over there? Like, that is scary. Why are they walking around like that? That scares me. I don't like the Men in Black. Are there extraterrestrials afoot? What we got going on? I walked down the street and the building was falling apart. Is it the end of the world? I don't understand. How you doing? I'm so overwhelmed right now. I'm freaking out with all this noise and stuff going on. Oh, I think I'm having an anxiety attack. I'm about to go in. The kids won't let me go into orientation with them. So I found a quiet room. It's right next to where they are. I'm stalking them. Watch. Look, there they go. Something told me to bring my earbuds, but I wanted to be present. So I didn't bring them. But that's okay. I'm just going to look out the window. There's a lot going on. I had to come in here. I was freaking out. All those loud sounds and stuff. It was crazy. When I worked at the warehouse, I had to wear earbuds so I didn't freak out. It's all the loud banging and stuff like that. I'm actually really glad that we came out because I actually feel better. I think this is a huge lesson for me to just persevere through days like this and maybe go ahead and just force myself to go outside just kind of force myself through whatever it is that's making me uncomfortable so that I can be stronger. Because I didn't die, I'm still here. And now I'm proud of myself. And I've never, until like this past year, been able to say that. I was never able to say anything positive about myself, but I can say it now. So I'm gonna not keep talking because I do not want to get checked. That is so embarrassing. But I love this little teen center that they have. I'm not gonna record it because they're minors, but they are gonna be here about 20 more minutes, and then we're gonna go home. It's homeschooled, so they don't have a lot of social interaction because so many of the kids that they have connected with were super toxic. And they're getting at that age where they want to have someone to talk to and relate to outside of their siblings. But you gotta remember, there's 6 of them. But now we've dwindled down to 3 because their older brothers are off in the world doing what they want to do. So we are all very close, but they want somebody to be able to talk to. So I'm glad that we came up here because I feel like they're going to be able to find friends. You know, it takes a pretty special kid to want to hang out at the library, and it's like almost 5:30 on a Friday, and the entire teenage section is full of kids looking for books, reading books, playing games. They have activities here. I know a lot of the staff here. I can stay here while they're here. I will bring them up here as much as they want. They've got study rooms, they've got computers, they've got video games, they have everything here. It's like a teen club in the library, for real. There's security here. I'm digging this. This is really showing me that when somebody said that when you have a random bout of anxiety, that it's a spiritual attack. And it's just like, sometimes I forget to look at everything through a spiritual lens. And had I not shown up today, there were a lot of opportunities that I took today that I would not have even had I stayed in the house. So moving forward, what I've learned out of this is the next time that I feel some way about going to an appointment or going outside, I think I'm going to go ahead and force myself to go. Because you can't grow without being uncomfortable. When you're uncomfortable, it means you're growing. And I'm not talking about pain. You know what I'm saying? If it's pain, you need to back away. But I'm not dead. Even when I had that little anxiety attack outside, like, I'm okay. I'm just going to push through it, yo. Because I don't want to be like this all the time, and I don't want my kids to keep missing events because of me. So the next time they have an event, regardless of how I feel, I'm going. Everybody in my life likes to tell me how loud I am, and that I'm too loud, so maybe hanging out in the library will help heal me of this affliction that seems to bother everybody in the world so much. I don't think I'm too loud. I think I'm perfectly fine, but, you know, people like to have you change to suit what they want you to be. Lovely. They're scheduled to get out of their orientation in 2 minutes, so I'm gonna make my way over there, and Fire's gonna take my phone. She's already got plans to post shorts, so I will probably... I'm sorry, I don't know what it is that I thought I just saw, but I'm gonna leave that in there so y'all can see how paranoid I look in public. I love my ugly side. Cards everywhere I go. Gave the librarian that helped me my card. I was so nervous to give it to her just because she's so different than me, and I didn't know she would like my music or whatever, but I went ahead and did it. Since we conquering fears today, might as well just go on and do it. Over there talking to people. Look at this little table. Look how cute this is. Well, I guess we're on our way back outside because they're not done yet. I'm so proud of them. They did such a great job. I'm especially, well, no, I'm not especially proud of one over the other. They're both doing a great job because neither one of them like going into public spaces. Let me show you where I'm at. And right now, it smells like burgers downtown. And there's so many people walking around. I like this. I think we need to start coming out to walk around on the weekends. I feel better. I think I just needed to get used to it. It took me about an hour, but I'm okay now. Seeing them happy made me happy. and it's a lot going on. Apparently, they've got like a carnival coming up in a couple of weeks and a trunk or treat. I'm taking my kids to all that stuff. We're going to every single last one of them activities. And they also have a teenage clubhouse. I'm going to try to convince Fire to try. It's in the inner city, because it's a small town. Like, I'm from Baltimore. Like, this is not... Their inner city is literally 1 block long. But it's still got the same inner city issues around there. So I don't know too much about that. But we'll check it out. We'll see what's going on. I want one. You see what she got that dog in? Let me living his best life. It was a success. That's not all you said, though.
Walk past. Why was that book sticking out?
Because that's the book that she did not want me to return to begin with.
No, it was sticking out. I recognized it all the way down there. I was
listen
like,
to your
hold on,
dreams.
that's that book.
Yes. I'm so excited. Y'all got great books.
I'm excited.
I'm so glad that we went. So now she really is going to take the orientation job. So I'm going to have to start coming outside even more. But I'm cool with it. I'm glad that we went. We had a good time.
Oh, and
I
guess
feel
what?
better.
You know why I'm really going to do the job? Because she was like, oh, because y'all, sometimes y'all going to be... Oh, and it is other volunteers. There is other volunteers there.
Well, I guess I'm going to apply for a job there because I'm not going to be up there
Working for free.
For free.
I'm not even sure.
That's a
I don't
legit
even want to
job.
do that. But I'm not even old enough to actually work
And
there.
that girl looked about the same age as me.
Miss Bonnie? Girl, Miss Bonnie was way older
I
than
am
you.
not talking about no Miss Bonnie.
So moving forward, I am going to have to start coming outside. So I guess that's just our next challenge. Because I do feel a lot better. And so this is what we doing. I love you. I'll see you in the next video.